I used the chain lightning to level the sorcerer character from level 1 to 50 in the last video. It was very fast. Well, there's only one issue with chain lightning. I needed to constantly adjust my position to face the enemies and then cast it. It is okay, but I started to look for potential other easier playstyle to level from 50 to 70. And I found it. It is use Hydra as the main damage output. Hydra does very good damage as well as burns enemies to death. You lay down your Hydras on the ground as placing a totem which automatically does the attacks. Then you can just walk around and let your Hydra clear all the mobs. While walking, you cast the different buffs including Ice Armor to gain barrier and Mana Regen, Frost Nova to freeze the enemies and make them vulnerable, and also Flame Shield to become immune and further burn the enemies. You also cast the Chain Lightning to create crackling energy orbs on the ground. Picking them up will give you mana and also have a chance to conjure a lightning spear which stuns the enemies. This will make us tanky because the enemies will do nothing while stunned. This playstyle is very satisfying to me in terms of leveling from 50 to 70. You should start doing the Nightmare dungeons and get ready to tier 4 Torment difficulty as fast as possible. I killed Fallen Temple boss at level 57. In general, you should get to tier 4 around level 60 as you can start to wear ancestral gears. Once you have reached the tier 4 difficulty, you can either continue doing Nightmare dungeons or farm the Downhand Tunnel dungeon over and over like mentioned in the last video. The first priority is to find ancestral weapons or offhand to greatly boost your damage, and also look for the aspects you are aiming for. I have all the detail of this build in the D4 Planner website linked in the description. If you want to see more content like this, please smash the like button, subscribe and ring that notification bell to never miss a video. For the gears, there are 4 important things to look for. Number 1 is definitely the Barber Heart. This is definitely the season of Barber, and this heart will make your damage feels really good. For the stats, just look for similar things to boost your damage, but anything should work. The second most important thing is this aspect called Unbroken Tether to make your chain lightning bounce more additional times. And this aspect synergizes with this aspect of recharging. Whenever your chain lightning bounces, you get mana back. This is very important to solve the mana issue. And the last important thing is to get this aspect called the Serpentine. So this one will give you 1 additional Hydra to be active. So this essentially boosts your damage 100%. For other gears, this is another ring. Use Prodigy aspect. On the helmet, look for crowd control duration is good and also plus rank to Hydra using Disobedience aspect. This is the chest. Look for maximum life, total armor, and definitely damage reduction from distance, which is better than damage reduction from close enemies because you are attacking from distance most of the time. And also using aspect of Unwavering. On the glove, look for attack speed, critical chance, intelligence, and plus rank for chain lightning. Plus rank for chain lightning is actually optimal because the damage of chain lightning is not that important. And also use aspect of retribution. On the pants, look for all kinds of damage reduction, total armor or maximum life, and use this aspect to make you unstoppable whenever you use S armor, and also gain more armor when you use it. On the boots, look for movement speed plus rank for flames, shield, and also plus rank for S armor. On the weapon, definitely look for the highest damage that you can find. This is not optimized yet. Ideally, you should look for vulnerable damage, critical strike damage, plus intelligence, and plus all stats. On the offhand, you definitely look for the highest damage number you can find, and add crowd control duration is good because this can make your enemies stunned for a longer time, which is very good to make you very tanky. And look for damage reduction, and ideally should be also adding cooldown and some other stats I haven't figured out yet. For enchantment, the first one we use Lightning Spear enchantment. So this is give a chance to conjure a lightning spear whenever we pick up a crackling energy orb on the ground. This lightning spear will stun the enemies for a duration. When critically struck. And this duration can be increased by the crowd control duration on the gears. This is very important to make you tanky because the enemies cannot do anything when they are stunned. The second enchantment we're using here is Hydra. So after spending 200 mana, you will have another Hydra spawn for 7 seconds. So this basically further boosts your damage a lot during the duration. Skill tree here, 2 point into any of the basic skills. Since we're not using this, it's only useful to get to the core skills. For core skills, we have Enchantment, Enhanced Enchantment, and very importantly, Destructive Enchantment to create the crackling energy on the ground whenever you do critical strike with Enchantment. And then no point in Flame Shield because we get all the plus rank from our gear already. And then Ice Armor, Enhanced Ice Armor, and the Shimmering Ice Armor to basically make us more tanky. And very importantly, Frost Nova, Enhanced Frost Nova, and then Mystical Frost Nova to make the enemy vulnerable for 4 seconds. This actually is the only mechanism we can make our enemies vulnerable, which is very critical for the build. And then Hydra, maximize this Hydra skill, and also there are a lot of things you can find on the item to boost the rank of Hydra. Enhanced Hydra, and then Summon Hydra. 1 point in Precision Magic to get more lucky hit chance. And forgot to mention also 1 point into Elemental Attunement to get the chance to reset the cooldown of one of your defensive skills. And then 3 point into Glass Cannon to further increase the damage. In the later higher level Nightmare dungeons, you may want to reduce this for more survivability, but sacrifice a little bit damage. And then 3 point into Aligned Element for more damage reduction, 3 point into Mana Shield for more damage reduction, and also 3 point into Protection for more barrier to make you tanky, and then 3 point into Conjuration Mastery to deal more damage with your Hydra. And then Lightning Spear, 1 point here is enough. Enhance the Lightning Spear and also invoke Lightning Spear to make your enemies stun. So this is one of the most critical skill to have. Next we have 3 point in Inner Flame and also 3 point in Devouring Blaze to further increase the burning damage. And then 3 point into Static Discharge to get more chance to form a crackling energy and also give you a lot of mana when you pick them up on the ground. And then for ultimate skill, we still have Unstable Currents and then Prime Unstable Currents. 1 point into Coursing Current to be able to get 3 point into Electrocution to basically let the enemies deal less damage to you. And for the key passive, we'll use Combustion to get more burning damage applied to the enemies. Paragon boards, definitely you can read the default planner linked in the description. From the starting board, go this way to get more long physical damage, maximum life, and then use Conjure to get more Conjure skill damage and also increase the Conjure skill duration. So this is for the Hydra to make them stay longer, which is very good. And then go here for more long physical damage and also intelligence. Going to the first board, we use this Burning Instinct. So definitely go all the way from the bottom to pick up some of the node on the way, like this, to increase damage reduction. This node to increase burning damage and also damage to elites. This node to further increase damage reduction. And then go here to get this Burning Instinct, which is a great boost to the burning damage, and this increases while you have more critical strike damage and more intelligence. So you can basically level this node while you are leveling, which is very strong. And then we go to the left to pick up more damage to burning enemies, and then go to this board to use Frigid Fate, which provides a lot of vulnerable damage. And also here, vulnerable damage, and we use Tactician nodes to get bonus from all the rare nodes around, especially for more vulnerable damage, and also pick all the vulnerable damage nodes. And then my plan is to basically go here to pick up more damage reduction, and maybe go either up or to the right to have more boards later. Hope this video is useful for you to level your sorcery build. See you in the next one.